In this video, you will not only learn how to change background without losing your original shadows, but also how to change backdrop color easily using Photoshop. So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, so for the first part of our video, which is to change the background without losing our shadow, we've got this beautiful lady right here. The first thing is to select her out. Select your quick selection tool and come up and click select subject, and you can see we have a beautiful selection. Click on the mask icon, and just like that, we have a beautiful selection of our subject. Now let's bring in the background. Come to file and down to place embedded. Select your background and click place. Now let's increase the size of our background. Click enter, and we don't see our subject anymore because she's behind this background. So drag the background in your layers panel below your subject. Now our subject looks like a giant, so to fix that, we have to increase the background a little bit. So click Ctrl T to select your background again and increase the size of your background. Yes, now our subject looks okay. She looks like she belongs in this background. Now you may be asking, but I still can't see the shadows. Well, we'll do that in a few minutes. To do that, select your subject layer and click Ctrl+J to duplicate it. Now drag the copy below your main layer. Now let's rename this layer. So let's change this one to subject. Click enter, and let's change this to shadow. So double click on it and type in your shadow. Click enter. Now we are going to desaturate the shadow layer, or in other words, make it black and white. So make sure your layer thumbnail is selected and click Ctrl+Shift+U, and you realize it has been desaturated, and when you click on this, you can see it is now black and white. And this particularly helps with images where the backdrop is a different color like red, yellow, blue, or any other color. This step really helps with that. Now hold shift and click on the mask of your shadow layer. Yes. Now after this, select your polygonal lasso tool and select the portion where you can find your shadow. So I'm going to do that right now. Click and select that portion. Now after making the selection, make sure you select your mask icon again. Now come to your foreground color and change the foreground color to white. Make sure white is on top by clicking this arrow icon right here. And then click Alt plus backspace to make that portion reappear. Now click Ctrl+D to deselect your shadow layer. Now come to your blending options and select multiply, because multiply darkens things. And then after this, we see our shadow, but still there is this weird fringing at the edges. So to fix that, come to your new adjustment layer icon and select curves. Now click on this icon to clip it only to your shadow layer and drag the white towards the middle. So drag the white towards the middle until you don't see the edges of your selection. Yes, so I think this looks okay. We can see our shadow, but it still looks too light. So to fix that, drag the dark one also towards the middle, and you realize our shadow begins to gain some darkness. Now this looks fine, this looks beautiful. So now you see we have a very beautiful shadow down here from the original image. Now to fix one last thing, you realize our subject looks kind of dark and the background is kind of bright. So select your subject layer and come to your new adjustment layer icon again and select exposure. Now clip the exposure to your subject and increase the exposure a little bit to make her blend into the background perfect. Now you realize she is now bright and she looks beautifully integrated into the background. So this is before and this is after. Perfectly done with the original shadows. Now let's move to the next one, which is to change the backdrop color without losing the shadow as well. Now for the final part of our video, which is to change the backdrop color still without losing our shadow. To do that, click Ctrl plus J to duplicate your image and then make a selection of your subject again. Now with your active selection, come down to the new adjustment layer icon and select solid color. Now click OK and select the mask icon for your solid color layer and click Ctrl plus I to invert it. Now to see your shadows, come up to your blending mode and select multiply. Now you can change the color to whatever you want, and there you have it, a very easy way of changing your backdrop color and still maintaining your shadow. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Now I recommend you check out this video next, which goes over how to blend images in Photoshop perfectly. Stay out of trouble and I'll see you in my next video.